Hey, how are y'all doing out there tonight? Man, that's the best you can do. How you doing out there tonight? Hey, you gotta give it up, man. Wow, this is a great crowd out here tonight, man, in Washington Heights, man. Welcome y'all uptown. You know, those of you who are here and visiting, we really appreciate it. And as you can see, there's a lot going on uptown in the Heights. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a couple of things. I'm gonna do like a very short anecdotal, and I'm gonna get into a very beloved piece about a particular part of the Heights. So I'm going to talk about basically, I just want you to think of just the 180s. That's how I want you to think of the 180s. And I actually live, or have lived in the Heights now, it's been like 24 years. I can't believe that. It's been 24 years. And I live on this particular block. And it's a very, there's a school on one side. There's a park on the other side. And if you go down the hill, you'd be familiar with George Washington High School, Isabella Home. These are all particular things that are particular to the Heights. But this particular block, I want to name it Last Chance, Turn Now, Screech, Bam, 189th and Amsterdam. Now, you're probably thinking to yourself, why is he saying all of that to talk about this block? Well, if you know where 189th Street is, 189th Street is, right, it is the last street, or almost the last street. There's 190th, but it's the last street that you can make a left turn to go back toward Broadway. And so, particularly in the summer nights, as I found, this has been, many years ago when I first moved and started living here, that there was always some kind of urgency, or somebody realized, oh my goodness, I got to make that left turn, and sometimes they didn't make it. And so there was many nights, many times I would see quite a few accidents. But I remember one particular night that was very unique. And I don't know, it might have been a weeknight, might have been a weekend. I don't remember for sure. But I remember being, awakened by, once again, and I could just, maybe I could hear it in my sleep. I was dreaming. Oh my goodness, I gotta make that turn. And I hear this screech, and bam! I mean, it's like really loud, and so, and right where I'm at across from I can see, my room, I can see across, and I can see there's 101 PS 189. Now PS 189 has a little yard in front of it with a little yard, a little greenery, and that yard is surrounded by a black metal fence. And so this black metal fence is pretty strong. So I get up, look out the window, and to my surprise, I see this Superfly Cadillac had rammed into the fence, pushed it out. I mean, it looked like, the big man's belly, pushed it out. And so you hear all this noise and crashing, but that wasn't the most amazing part. So he's in the schoolyard. There was a car that was parked, that was parallel parked. Now it's angle parked. And, I can hear the guy, he's screaming, adios mío, like that. And then I hear, and he pulls that Cadillac out like, hey, I don't know what, I never saw that before. I was like, this guy's good. And he pulls the Cadillac out, and he's gone. This happened in a minute. And so the next thing I know, so I'm looking, I see the car, I see the fence, it's like, it's like this. And then there's a lady, her car, she lives in my building, and she just runs out and she says, oh my goodness, I don't know what's going to living in this neighborhood. I'm tired of this. And so, so I'm thinking like, wow, I gotta get a Cadillac like that, man. You know, I gotta. So, you know, so needless to say, that's why I call it, you know, 180. So I want to say, wow, I guess you can't crack the Cadillac, but it was one of those old, you know, I guess Superfly Cadillacs and all of that. So if you come to 189th, just be careful. Don't park your car on the corner. Okay. So thank you. We have a little time. So I'm going to go and I'm going to do this particular piece. And this is about another 180th Street. And it's called 181st and St. Nick. And I'm going to need your help with this a little bit. And you can just help me out. (181st Street, St. Nick). 181st Street and St. Nick. Help me. 181st Street, St. Nick. 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 181st Tempo, ay, ay, ay. There she goes, a bleached blonde Mexican senorita selling your grandmother's or abuelita's so sexy lingerie. Not yet worn, on apples chased by banks into the city, next to donuts Dunkin' and kings of burgers Mackin'. Ay, 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 mira mi gente. Did you see her pass by? Her booty bigger than things that Kobe wished he could palm? Ah, mira mi gente, I want your sex more than George Michael, as Cuchi Fritos and Pastelitos sing sweet melodies to my nose, and Mr. Softy licks my ears with caressing cones that hold erect vanilla mountains with rainbow sprinkles. Ah, MoneyGram made the day with Salinas making the way. I mean, Dr. My Soul. I mean, mi boy DR, Tito my Rojas, Mark my Anthony's, and who's your dad? D Yankee, Damalo Gasolina. Ah, those supermodels downtown are oh so mild. 181st Street exudes sheer fashion and style. Hey, what if Pablo Duarte could see this revolution? Golden breasts waiting for their independence. And those curves leading the resistance got me crying tears from Santiago to Santo Domingo, from Punta Cana to Boca Chica, Chica Mas. Well, for now, I gotta hit those dominoes on the table, pass the Presidente, churn the chinola. I gotta go back as soon as I'm able to. 181st Street. 181st Street. I said 181st Street. I know it's in Texas, so thank you everybody. Thank you Eric, thank you Michelle, thank you everybody for inviting me, and everybody welcome to the Heights, and come up and do your thing.